disclaimer, I didn't know what the end would be. It's quite similar in the same area, and I missed, unfortunately, the first day. So this is my take. On top of that is some of the ideas are taken from a small company called 37 Signals. Have you begun?
Start your time.
Have you begun? Okay, I try. Okay, so how to build startup or what I've learned in the past few years. So drug dealers get it right. So they definitely know that you'll come back and they have a really nice, great product. And 37 Signals is doing it quite well as well. I mean, they can offer themselves to give you a free version and to try and hook you up later. We could see now in the web lots of companies that are doing it, and actually it's a very smart approach. Software as a service and charge you over time. And as long as you're happy and the product shine, everything is fine. And if you don't happy with it, you can cancel at any moment. It's really a great strategy. We found, in First of Economics book that, drug dealers are working exactly like McDonald's in terms of operation and how they build and the organization. And it really seems very familiar to see how high-tech companies are growing when they're growing too fast in terms of missing parts, in terms of ops, and how they're making the design, engineering, product flow. One big thing that I see over in startup is that you need to make sure that you're putting the product out there as early as possible to get the feedback as soon as you can. And there's no such a thing, I'm not ready. Obviously, you need this last touch, this polish. Usually, lots of people are doing the 2080 and getting to some kind of a point because of lots of constraints. But at the end of the day, you really want this shiny, polished product that will be iPhone-like and will really bring users back. Hiring the right people, that's one question that I put. It's very, very tough. One thing that I've learned is that if first you do the work yourself, you know what to quantify and how to ask the right question. Regarding passion, one of the first questions that we ask now developers is, do you program for fun? Have you started it when you were a child or teenager? Just to get the sense that it's not doing it just for the money, things like that. Hire only when you must. Sometimes you just learn, you have a farm of 20 servers. How can I live without a system administrator? You can. I found it myself. Then you reach into a point that you really suffer and you see the quality going down, and then it's definitely a time to hire someone. Don't pass on great people. I found that it's extremely hard to find people that are exceptional in what they do. And usually, if you're getting and you bump into one, even if you don't have the perfect role to them, I would say hire them and on the way just make the decision and see what they could fit in. CVs, as you all know, I guess, are ridiculous. You have years of experience that usually are irrelevant and lots of stuff that is there. What the big solution that I found is to try and hire and test while you go. Measures of one is obviously people that can manage themselves, and usually, especially in startups, you have people that in big company will lead a team of 8, 10, 6 people. In startups, it's one, and you want them to lead the project, to take it from A to Z, and not to worry and nurse them and make sure that they're moving along. Good is fine. It's not connected very deeply to the agile methodology. Just be satisfied with 85, 90%. Keep this polish, keep this last touch, but usually in lots of cases you can just cut down and trim down features and make sure that you're reaching to the end line, to the point with the highest quality as you can get. We found that lots of small decisions are much, much easier to take than one big, huge decision. And usually when you're going on the go, it's keeping the momentum and keeping the team motivated. And we're trying to celebrate small wins and see, that things are moving along. Start a business, not a startup. We spoke about it when we entered here. Usually startups, especially in the high-tech community, is more like Magic Kingdom. So they're not really aware of this whole thing of revenue and the balance sheet and, hey, we need to make money out of it. And as soon as you can get it and build a real business that is profitable and you're focusing on how generating revenue, it's extremely important. And usually startups that are building from day one to do some exit, to flip, usually they flop, because the percentages that one of the giants company will buy you is really, really slim. If you're building a profitable, good business, then awkwardly enough, the percentages is making it such much higher, but even if not, you're still profitable business, good business, and sometimes it's just better to keep it small and have the culture and have everybody really thrive in a small environment. It's usually getting lost in big companies. Thank you very much.